Alright, take 3. Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Toast. I am the president of the Release the Snyder Cut... Release? Yep. Release the Snyder Cut War Club here in SimCity. So I think one of the first things you're going to notice here in this is that I've got a bunch of materials just sitting over my factories. And I do that on purpose. I have 2 factories going, and when they pop up, I'll leave them as well. These are the largest factories you can get. They have 5 apiece. You can produce 5 things at once. And now that I have... This is 45 extra storage. If you just leave it sitting there, and then use it as you need it. And as you can see, I have 225 city storage. And that's actually, I'm doing really well at 160. I typically stay around 200, which sucks, 180 to 200. And one of the reasons for that is when I left my last war club, I have 41 war items, and we can't go to war, and I can only sell them to my other club members, you, now, and we can't go to war, so it's pointless to sell it to you. So I have 41 extra storage that I could be using, so I could be down to like 119 right there. But I'm unable to do that. So I utilize this strategy, and once I get rid of war items in wars, I'll be able to do that more. But that's one of the main reasons you need to up your storage. That's got to be number 1. And use this little technique, this little strategy. That gives you, what if you have the ones with 3 or 4, whatever, it doesn't matter. Expand these and your city storage. Those should be your number 1 goals, is to be upgrading your city storage. That's number 1, and then when you get the opportunity, upgrade these. Those should be your 2 top goals for everything. I know from experience, just because this is my 2nd city. My first city was a disaster piece. I don't even want to talk about it. And I'm actually really big into systems, a systems designer. I've done it for a business or 2, and so I love the systems in this game, and I'm a huge nerd too, which brings me back to the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is what I'm talking about, because I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition, is my favorite movie of all time. I have Star Wars tattoos, and The Empire Strikes Back used to be my favorite, and it has supplanted Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. So, it's a pretty big deal for me. Anyways, I'm just going to nerd out for a minute on that. And I'll get back to the game. So I'm going to go over the basic infrastructure here. So you got the power. Remember, you got your capacity and demand. Just make sure you don't go over. And as you're expanding, be cognizant and aware of that, because in my last city, my first one that I built in this game, I did go over the power and water, and like, I didn't have the simoleons to be able to do anything. I also didn't have club members to help me, because this is before war clubs. They didn't even have a mountain expansion back then, or like half the stuff they have back then when I was first started playing this game. But I did go over, and I'd have to use the VU Tower to destroy my buildings for my happiness to jump back up to 100%, because then the capacity, or the demand, would drop below capacity again. It was so ridiculous. It was so stupid. I felt dumb. But whatever. It did the job. Until I had the simoleons to put another water tower, or whatever I needed to do. One big thing with these, you're going to have to pony up and get these. You don't want this pollution radius, because right now, like, if you look at me, man, it's dark right now because my city's at night. I literally just opened this up during the 2nd video I made that had bad sound, and so I don't have a lot of real estate, and I'm at $750,000. But everything's jutted up against everything else, including, like, my factories. This is my deluxe sewage treatment plant, because, like, that's a house, and that's a house right there. So if that were any other type, like, the pollution radius would be, like, out to here. And, you know, yeah. So, like, it's very important that you do go green, especially with your energy plants. Here. Let's go back to this. Coal, stay away from coal, just because of the pollution radius. This seems stupid and costly, and it kind of is. That's a better deal, but in the long run, especially since you still have to, you're not even probably not as expanded as mine if you're at a lower level, like 18 or 19, those of you who I'm making the video for. So your real estate options are even lower. And I know this takes it up, but Deluxe Wind and then Solar when that opens up. But go for these ones, just because you can build houses right next to them. Stay away from oil too. Stay away from nuclear. Anything that has pollution, just stay away from it because it ruins your gameplay. I have one fusion. I literally just put that in like a couple days ago. I've never done it before. So there it is. So I've gone green with everything, and as you do it, build up the bigger ones. Tear down. I don't think I have any of the small ones left. Wait, I do have one. I have one wind power plant. I'm going to tear that one down when I build something else real quick. Probably another fusion plant, and I would tear all 3 of those down. So, like, that's the thing. Replace it, get rid of it, open up the real estate for whatever else you can use it for. Trademarks, blah, blah, blah. One thing that I did that a lot of people don't do is I left extra room. Because I made sure that I don't want all the people built up right into each other, because, like, the reason I have $750,000 is I had a building right here, and I had 9 or 10,000 people in it, and when I moved it, I lost 3,000 or 4,000 people. So I had to put something here that would give me a minimum of 14,000 to break even. So this gave me 23,000. I increased my population by about 9,000. By putting that building somewhere, the residential building somewhere else, and replacing it with a SimCity nightclub. So like little things like that, cause and some of them like that. No, I think this is a casino, right? That actually there used to be. I think that building used to be right there. So like, yeah, I do that, and I intersperse things, and I actually planned it out. Like I wanted a university in the very middle of what I have as my city right now, but I wanted one there. So I planned for that, and I put little, I don't know, I had to wait and just leave it blank for a long time. Pond. I didn't have money to go do it, and I didn't have Sim Cash back then, so I waited, and I eventually put it in. And a swimming pool. So I had an idea in my mind, and the big thing for me was, I'm a disabled veteran, so I can't run, at least not right now. I'm in a lot of therapy. It'll probably be years before I can, if I ever can again. But I love running, and, well, not running, because running is fast, and I hate fast. Jogging. Yes. But if I were to go for jogs again, what would I want to see and where would I want to run past? And what would I want to... And that's kind of what I based this on. And I wanted it to be really cool and green and like a city, but like open... I don't know. Because like I'm from like a rural suburban area. And so like the big city I go to is like spread out and yeah, except for the very, very downtown part. So I wanted this to be kind of spread out, but pretty. So anyways, and a place where I could go for a jog. Stupid, whatever. That's how I designed it. So let me grab my daily sim cash. So I've spent less than $20 in this game. And I feel justified in doing that. I hate people who spend lots and lots of money on games, but I'm willing to probably spend over the course of the whole time I do something on this game, maybe $50, $60. Because that's how much you pay for a good, decent video game anyways. And so I get like the 99-cent deals where they give you sim cash for 30 days. That one was actually a $10 one. I wouldn't advise spending that because I think it's a waste of money, but I worked overtime and had an extra paycheck, so whatever. I did it once. But I hate people who do that. And that's another thing. If you level up, I wouldn't go up past level 32 or 34 for a long time until you expand everything and get the stuff you want. And then, then expand your city or whatever. And what I mean when I say get what you want is you can put stuff in storage. Like your... Do I have anything in storage here? No, not for that one. I know I do for that. I had one for this. No. Here we go. Volleyball cart. I have it in storage. So instead of just... For a lot of the stuff, like the buildings, if you don't want it there, you can't put it in storage. You've got to bulldoze it, right? Same for the roads and blah, blah, blah. But the stuff you buy out of the store, or that you purchase, you can put in storage. Anything you purchase with gold keys or this type of key. Anything you purchase... So that's what I mean with get what you want. You can actually plan out ahead and design this, your city that you want, how big you want it, like all the way, and then start putting the population in once you've got everything you need. Because competing in the mayor's contests above level 35 is mostly people who spend a lot of money on the game. So you're going to end up with really low rankings, getting like in the leaderboard, you're going to have low rankings and you're going to end up getting like no prize at all because you're not spending money. So until you're ready and prepared to not win those and not be able to do any of the expansions or buy the stuff you need, I would stay below level 35 because that's just like a money pit at that point. But, you know, whatever. So the other thing is, because everything is jutted up against it, the other thing... Well, I keep saying that. So you have mountain on this side, which we didn't have mountain expansion when I first started this game, nor did we have this thing, which is the Neo Mall. That's what these are, Neo Simoleons, and you can buy rare items here. I've only used it once. So you're going to want to pay attention to those specializations. So I'm just going to click through real quick. 89,000 parks, 51,000 landscape. You see it. Transportation. The big one I think is entertainment. Yeah, 114,000 for entertainment. And I just have them interspersed everywhere, right? That mountain is 13, gambling, landmarks I don't have open yet, and then the beach, whatever. So the big thing is to get all that stuff interspersed throughout your city, and that's why I don't understand people who don't do it. They just have all the buildings in one, like, together and clustered. It doesn't make sense to me, because I have 750,000 people, and I shouldn't have that. I shouldn't have the real estate for that, but I did it because I stacked everything. The other piece of advice for police, fire, and health. Go big. Go big, go big, go big. Save your money and go big. The reason for that is, unfortunately, what I didn't do when I first started is I didn't plan for that. So now I have these areas. I could put a landmark here. I could put another building here. I could put something to boost my population here, but I can't because I have a tiny police station. And here I have the medium police station. And I didn't start realizing that until I put this one in. And I was like, crap. And so now I can't remove these ones because this one, like, would have to go on the road or over here, and I'd have to completely rip up everything. So plan that ahead. Don't just work on the small ones. Plan to use the big ones. They take up the least amount of real estate in the long run with the most coverage. And that's what you want to get, because real estate's the big thing here. And I did plan that with the health, well, except for right here. But I started planning that after the very beginning, so you can see very clearly that I expanded out to the beach at the beginning, because that's where I didn't plan it. So I was expanding in this general area out here. So anyways, I hope that was very helpful for you, and these are just little tips and tricks. Do the Mayor's Club. This stuff is what's going to really earn you. I don't know what golden tickets do. I don't know. I've never used them. But this is going to give you awesome rewards. And like I said, leaderboard. Right now, I'm poised to get 5 of these keys, 3 speed-up tokens, 30,000, and 2 more speed-up tokens, which is way better than medium prize, or no prize. So, and I like Suburban League, but yeah, so, like, it's just anything above. I'm really going off the rails in any direction. Well, I think that's all I've got. I hope this was really helpful and informative for you. I hope you do go watch Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition. That's not going to work for some reason right now, because it's amazing, and then I can talk to you about it. If you have any other questions, or if I didn't cover something, please let me know. Like, comment on the video itself, if you have a YouTube account. Or because it's a private video, you will have to have the link to, and I will be posting a link in our group. And then I can do a follow-up that's more explanatory. Do the ones that pop up for commercials. That's the only way you'll get sim cash if you're not paying money. I'll go over epic buildings, epic projects another time. I don't think any one of you yet are at a level to have that, and if you are, I'll go ahead and make a video. But just let me know. But this is already a bit long-winded, I think, at 15 minutes. I hope it was informative and not just rambling. Yeah, the best way to get those golden keys is shipments, VU Tower, and Mayor's Club. That's the number one way to get those gold keys. And to get all this cool stuff, because, like I said, spending money on this game is once in a while okay for me, but I'm highly opposed to spending money on mobile games. But I made an exception because I really like this one. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. I hope it's not too jumping off in different directions.